Hi, my name's Ben, and I like to make a bunch of cool stuff like some of the things you see behind me here. And in this video, I'm going to be making a flag smasher mask from the Disney Plus series, The Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Now let's get started. The first thing you're going to need to do is print out the patterns like this and cut them out. Next, trace them onto cardboard. There we go. Now I have two of these two pieces, and these two pieces just have one. And all the pieces should have the corrugation going in this direction, up and down. So, next thing you're gonna do is bend all the pieces along the corrugation. So, I'm gonna do one half at a time. Start with this half and just glue these two pieces together. So glue along there and glue along there. The only reason I separated these pieces was so that it would be easier for you to print them. I just separated them onto two sheets of paper. And do the same for the other side. And then glue along this line here. And then apply some glue along here. Start to attach this part. Just do it little by little. Alright, now I have this, but it's not quite the right shape, so I am going to just sort of cut away maybe that much on both sides. I'll just do a little bit at a time until it looks right. And then, there we go, I cut a bit from here, glued it back up, and cut some slits, some little wedges out of here, and glued it back together just to try and get the shape. Sorry the patterns didn't make the perfect shape, but sometimes you think it's gonna make the right shape, but you have to kind of play around with it. Anyway, oh, and also I kind of cut my finger and got a bit of blood on it. Authentic battle damage. Anyway, I got the basic shape now. It should look pretty much like a hockey mask now. So I'm going to put this off to the side and going to work on the nose. So I'm going to take these pieces, bend them like this, and for this part I'd recommend using some masking tape and just to temporarily tape this on here. First thing you probably want to do is line up the little center marks like that, just like that, and line up the little center marks, put a piece of tape there, and you got the center lined up, and just line these two pieces up, taping them together. This will just make it a little bit easier to glue, and just while kind of holding it like that in about the correct shape, just put some glue on the inside and then hold it like that until the glue cools. Now I can sort of peel the tape off, just like that, and now I'll take the mask here. It doesn't really seem like it fits. That's okay. Just trim a little bit. Just make sure it's even on both sides. Alright, now I should have a bit of a nose shape. I'm gonna do that same thing with the masking tape. Just sort of line it up. Tape it on. And from the back side here, just put some glue around the edge. Okay, now once the glue is cool, peel off the tape. There we go. Now it's a little difficult to breathe through my nose here, so I didn't include this with the patterns, but just make 2 little marks. I'm lining them up with these holes here so that they just look sort of like they sort of line up, and then take something sharp and stick it up the nose. Don't stick scissors up your nose. Okay, I think that looks really good. The next thing we need to do is cover up the corrugation. So I got a little strip of cardboard here, and all you need to do is just peel up the top layer of the cardboard, like that. Then take this strip of cardboard and put some glue on there, and then just line it up on the edge there. And just go around all the edges of the mask to cover up that corrugation. It takes a little while, but it's worth it. Alright, I think it's looking pretty good. I covered up all the corrugation here on the edges and around the eyes there. So the next thing I need to do is to cover everything, like the seams and stuff, with spackle. Okay, I'm gonna stop myself right there. I made a bit of a mistake. Don't add the spackle just yet. First add a bit of paper mache sort of stuff on the back side. So just skip ahead in the video to when I do that, and then come back and add the spackle. Now, make sure when you apply this not to cover these holes or these holes here. You can have a little cup of water so that you can put some on. Dip your finger in the water, smooth it out. So make sure to cover up pretty much almost everything with this. First, I should have put some like paper mache type stuff on the inside to strengthen it. And also, before I do that, I want to add some supports there. So I'm going to probably use like some wooden dowel. Maybe I'll see. Just cut some of it, glue it in there like that, just to so it doesn't bend like that, just to keep it in the right shape. So I'll go ahead and do that. Alright, there we go. I got that glued in there. Used quite a bit of glue so it'll hold, but of course we'll remove it after. So that just sort of keeps it in that shape. So I'm going to make a bit of a paper mache case. So I'm gonna just take some wood glue and some water. Oops. And take pieces of paper like this and soak them in this mixture and place them on the inside of the mask here and coat almost the whole inside, but avoid these holes here. So once the paper mache is dry on the inside, I went ahead and filled in some of the cracks with more spackle because it did crack a little bit because I forgot to do the paper mache. And also for the part here where I couldn't do the paper mache because it would cover up the holes, I just took some liquid super glue and sort of went around there, soaked both sides. And that just sort of hardens it, makes it a little bit stronger than that, because this is sort of a weak spot with all the holes and everything. So now I'm going to go outside and sand it. Okay, so I'm back inside from sanding. So now it's time to paint it black. Okay, now that this is painted black, you could have done this before, but I'm gonna carefully remove these supports, this support here. So it didn't really work to just cut off the support with a knife, so what I did was I used a heat gun to heat up the hot glue to melt it so then I could easily take off the support. So I cut out this design and tried to trace it on, but it didn't really work. Alright, so this didn't really work. It was hard to sort of line up, so I'm just going to use this for reference. But I'm just sort of wing it, I guess. This is gonna be a little tricky because I'm gonna use my actual hand, but I'm right-handed, so it's gonna be tricky to do this. I think some of the whoops. I think some of the masks have a left hand on it, but I'm making one that has a right hand. There, okay. I'm gonna go for it. There we go. Okay, that's not too bad. So I'm just gonna continue to do some touch-ups to that and paint the rest of it. I just need to wash my hands first. So the last thing we'll need to do to finish the mask is add an elastic strap. to secure it on our head. So I'm gonna feed one end through this hole, through the front of the mask, like that, and do the same on the other side. Then on the inside, I'm just gonna put a bit of glue right there, glue that into place. The same on the other side. There you go. I hope you enjoyed the video. Before it's over, I'd like to ask you to join the subreddit. I know I haven't advertised the subreddit much on the channel before, but one of my favorite parts about making these videos is sharing them with you and hearing your feedback. And if you have any cool stuff that you've made, I'd love to see it, and the subreddit is the perfect place to post that. So, go to r/BenFilms on Reddit and join and post some stuff, I don't know. And as always, like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.